Thanks very much. Newt Gingrich, the co-host of CNN's new Crossfire, debuting next month, gave a verbal smackdown to fellow Republicans over Obamacare. The former presidential candidate blasted GOP members of Congress for not offering any alternative to the controversial health care reform law. Speaking at the Republican National Committee's summer meeting in Boston, no cameras present at that meeting, Gingrich said Republicans have no positive replacement for Obamacare, said his party is caught in a culture that rewards obstruction and negativity. He was a bit more restrained when I later caught up with him on the phone. Joining us right now, the former House Speaker Newt Gingrich. Newt, as you know, House Republicans, they've voted 40 times to repeal, to get rid of Obamacare. It's not going anywhere in the Senate. Certainly the president would veto that. And now some Republicans are saying they are ready to shut down the government to do away with Obamacare. You believe this is a mistake. Tell us why.
Well, I don't think we should shut the government down. I think we should finance all of the government except Obamacare. And I think we should be prepared to send a bill. The House Republicans ought to send a bill to the Senate that says, here's the entire government except Obamacare. And then I think Senator Reid and the president have to decide how big a crisis they want to create, but make clear that it's their crisis. There's no desire by Republicans to shut the government down. But I also think, and I've been here in Boston talking with the Republican National Committee, we need to offer a better future in health care. And we've got people like Dr. Mike Burgess, a congressman, Dr. Tom Price, a congressman, Dr. Bustani, a congressman. We have a number of people with good ideas, and we should solidify into a Republican better future in health alternative and say, look, would you have this personalized medicine future or the cancer of Obama? And I think that would put us in a much stronger position to then force the fight over Obamacare in October.
Because you know the president would veto any legislation that wouldn't fund Obamacare. And in effect, there could be a government shutdown. You lived through 2 government shutdowns in the 90s. As you well remember, Republicans paid a huge political price for both of those shutdowns.
You know, I thought so at the time, and then as I got away from Washington and was no longer Speaker and thought about it for about 2 years, it occurred to me that that's all nonsense. The first re-elected House Republican majority since 1928 occurred after the shutdown. And so I've always wondered, what is this big price that we paid? We got reelected. Nobody had been reelected since 1928.
Well, the big price, Mr. Speaker, was that Bill Clinton was reelected in 1996.
Well, but I don't think Bill Clinton was reelected because of the shutdown.
I think that was that was certainly a major part of it.
But he also signed the welfare reform bill.
That was important as well. That was important as well. But he certainly benefited dramatically in recapturing the White House for 4 years because of those 2 Republican-led government shutdowns.
Well, all I would suggest to you is that there were a lot of different factors in the presidential campaign, but the people who were directly responsible for the shutdown got reelected. And that nobody had been reelected. You know, incumbent presidents getting reelected is a lot more common than Republican Congresses getting reelected was in 1996. And yet almost nobody in the media wants to look at why was it that while Clinton got reelected, so did the House Republicans, and so did the Senate Republicans.
Well, those are fair points. But what's your biggest gripe right now with your fellow GOPers?
Well, I don't think I have a gripe per se. I think we have to shift to a breakout approach where we show the American people that they can have better health and better health care through a Republican approach than they're going to get from Obama.